Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing out there? This is Jerry Bishops, and this is the Jerry Bishops Live Show on Jersey Fresh TV here at Bravery Studios in Clifton, New Jersey. Hope everyone is doing well. I want to introduce one of my partners in crime from all of the other previous podcasts and work that I've done in the past.
Glad to be here, man.
So happy to have you in the building, E-Dubs.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Penn State's finest.
Yes, and blue and white.
Yes, sir. And we also have Face Brown in the building from Lehman College, from the BX. He's in the studio audience, and we want to welcome him here as well. You will see him in a minute. We also have Brandon Scoop Brown, who's going to call in and give us some insight on what's going on in the NBA. So we are looking forward to that. So how you been, brother?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Just happy to be here. I want to send a shout out to my pops. I hope he's resting and not moving around too much in the hospital. Yeah, he just had surgery yesterday, and it was a successful surgery. So I'm glad that he's up and at it again. He got a couple more days to go in the hospital, but we're happy that the doctors did an excellent job and God kept him safe.
Definitely.
You know? Yes, sir.
Blessings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what you been up to, brother?
Not much, really.
Yeah?
Same old, you know.
Okay. I
New
see
year.
you letting it grow out.
Trying to connect those patches.
Yes, sir.
It's a full-time
You know
job.
they got something for that, right?
They do. I've been using it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we want to welcome everybody that's here watching the Jerry Bishop's Live Show on Jersey Fresh TV here at Bravery Studios. You can catch us on YouTube Live by going to jerseyfreshtv.com or jerrybishops.com. So let's get right to it, brother. There's a lot going on.
So much going on.
There's a lot going on. I think maybe we should let's hit on Robert Kraft.
Uh-oh.
Let's get right to it.
Mr. Prostitution.
Oh, come on, brother. Why you gotta do him like that?
I'm a Giants fan. That may show at some point. That may show at some point, you know.
Okay. All right. So for those who don't know, Robert Kraft, they say that he visited a spa twice, the day before the AFC title game and the day of the AFC title game. And they said that he paid for, let's just call it a procedure.
Yeah.
And
a certain ending.
Yeah. And the police department, they said they have the video footage.
That I did not know.
Yes. They said they have the video footage. They have him actually not just paying, but they also have him playing.
Yeah.
So he's denied it. He's denied it. Let's just give people some background. Robert Kraft is the owner of the Patriots, the New England Patriots NFL franchise. Mm-hmm. He's 77 years old. He's a widower. His wife passed away, I believe, about 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And I want to mention he's currently been fighting, criminal justice reform with Meek Mill.
Absolutely.
And Jay-Z.
Yes.
That's not a coincidence, I think.
Yes, and he's a philanthropist. He gives to a lot of different charities. So I don't want to. He's the owner of the Patriots, and I'm a Jets fan. I got a certain hate for the Patriots, but the guy's 77 years old, man. You know what I mean? Like a widower. I know that it was illegal. Mm-hmm. But I think what made it worse was the fact that the human trafficking aspect of it. Whereas they're saying that this specific location actually had women who, came from different countries and were somewhat forced into this type of labor. I believe I heard someone say that they were actually living on the premises. They didn't have homes and things of that nature. So, I mean, it's not a good look.
Not at all.
It's not a good look for Robert Kraft. It's not a good look for the NFL.
Or Americans, really.
Okay.
It's not like, I mean, like the movie. You saw the movie Taken, right?
Yes.
Same thing.
Ooh,
You know, you see the inside and out of all that.
right.
That whole prostitution thing going on.
Absolutely.
It's definitely, they be drugging them up sometimes and everything. That's terrible. That's people's daughters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And sometimes sons.
Yeah.
They did say that Robert Kraft was not the biggest name that was caught up in the sting.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. They said that, this type of situation is going rampant down in Florida, and it's like $1 million industry, multi-million-dollar industry probably. And the police department, they basically were setting up cameras in these locations trying to, catch these people, and bring them to justice.
Talk about having your hand in the cookie jar.
Yes.
That's a horrible look.
Right. So, like I said, he's said that he's not guilty. I don't exactly know what they have on tape, but they said that they have him on tape paying for it, and they actually said they have him, participating. I really don't know why he would say that he's not guilty if they got him on tape.
I don't know. It just comes down to TMZ. They get their hands on anything. So if they don't post the video, I probably won't believe it.
Right. So here's the thing. He's not going to go to jail. He's not going to go to jail for this. Because he hasn't been in any trouble with the law before, it's probably going to be like a misdemeanor or something like that. He'll probably have to do community service or
Fines.
pay a fine or do something, but he's not going to do any jail time. I can't see them putting Robert Kraft in
they
prison.
put Cosby in jail.
Yeah, that's Cosby, though.
They don't care about age. They're not,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I can't see them putting him in jail for this. What I'm really interested, though, is to see how the NFL handles the punishment for the crime.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That's always interesting because Goodell is just a mess.
Right.
So he already has a bad blood between him and the Patriots.
Right.
Because of the whole, Deflategate and how he's handled many things with him.
Right. Right. Probably going to be a huge fine in draft picks. But we just have to see. We have to see. If he gets proven innocent, if there's nothing, then there will be no fine. There will be no punishment at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because he'll just, I just got a massage.
He just can't do like his quarterback and, destroy his phone because that looks guilty. You just can't do that. Don't play yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I am interested in seeing who else is on that list.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a bunch of names we know.
I was hoping Trump's name was going to.
Oh, yeah. Not that would get him out of the White House.
I was hoping.
He can do everything else.
I was hoping that he's going to be on that list. But what do you think the NFL can do to just really just clean up its image in regards to domestic violence and, these types of things against women? It's just every year it's just something else now.
They can do one of two things.
Okay.
But they can't do both together. One, they can either be consistent.
Okay.
Which they have a history of not being.
In regards to the punishments.
Yeah. Definitely in regards to the punishments. And, just some favoritism shown in some aspects.
Okay.
Or, I don't know if you heard the report like last month that Adam Silver turned down the owner's request from the NFL. There's a handful of owners in the NFL that want him to run the league. That would be a game changer, I think, because he's done a tremendous job taking over since David Stern left the NBA.
Right.
And if he could get his hands on any kind of ownership in the NFL, that would be perfect. Because the one thing that's so bad about them is like I said, the consistency.
Okay.
It's just a bad look. Like they just don't care about anything on the outside, and they're influenced by our even current head of state.
Okay.
So I think one of those two things.
One of the things that always puzzles me about the way the NFL handles their scandals is that you always hear that they're doing an investigation. And it always seems like they drop the ball in regards to the investigation. Because, okay, our investigation is complete. We've handed down the punishment. And then a day later, you see a video, and they're like, "Oh my God,
that wasn't supposed to get out." Yeah,
he kicked her.
Yeah,
like, did y'all not do your investigation and see, the videos, or, even like the Ray Rice situation?
Yep.
Did you really do an investigation?
The one time they got away easy with that is I don't think they took it serious enough with Matt Patricia and the Lions.
Okay.
Because what happened? I think it was '93. And, he was acquitted.
Right.
And everything. So they just got lucky by saying, oh, yeah, we looked into it. Because, I feel like if people wanted to find something, they could have. But it's just certain things, they don't take as serious as others, sadly.
I think the Ben Roethlisberger situation was a horrible situation as well. I mean, and how many times did it happen? Like 3 times almost. Like, I don't mean to throw my Pittsburgh Steelers fans under the bus, but golly.
Yeah.
But it just puzzles me. Like this,
especially compared to Kaepernick. I mean,
right?
Like they're quicker to fine, suspend someone based off of marijuana use than they are for hitting a woman.
Right. They really need to get it together. It puzzles me. This league, billions of dollars. You think when they say we're going to do an investigation that they would get it right?
Yeah. That would make too much sense though. Like they say,
So do you think that you really feel like Adam Silver is the man for the job?
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to leave the NBA. If he could do both, that'd be cool.
Oh,
no, but there's not enough days in a week for that.
That is not going to happen. I don't even think the NBA owners are going to let him go.
Oh well, at the end of the day, he can make his own decision. Like he can stay until his contract is up. But I don't know who would replace him, but I definitely don't want him leaving the NBA.
He's doing a great job in the NBA.
Great job.
He's doing a great that last move with adding D Wade and Nowitzki to the All-Star game lineups. Some people didn't. Some people didn't like it. I'm looking at Face Brown's face right now.
They deserved it. They earned it.
Listen, those guys are going to go down as 2 of the greatest players. They're going to be Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
You see what Doc Rivers did last night?
Yeah, that was a class act too.
Right. For those who didn't see it, Doc Rivers called a timeout. I think there was like 9.6 seconds left in the game, and he called the timeout and he grabbed the mic and just started to lead the Los Angeles Clippers crowd in just kind of serenading Nowitzki.
Yeah.
Just basically saying, hey, this guy is one of the greatest players ever.
Yeah, thank you.
And just kind of giving him his props. And it wasn't anything that he planned. He just was like, this is what I felt in my heart was right. And he said that his only regret was that he didn't get a chance to do it for Wade when Wade was there.
Yeah. I saw something funny on Twitter. Said somebody said I thought that was cool, but then I remembered he was with Paul Pierce when he played his last game, and he didn't do that. He wasn't his coach anymore because Paul Pierce. What was his last team? The Wizards.
Yes.
Or the Clippers. That's right, the Clippers. He did that final year.
Because he did. We went to Brooklyn. Yeah. And he went to
Washington.
Okay.
And then the Clippers.
Oh my God.
And they were like, yeah, I thought that was cool, but he didn't even do that for Paul Pierce during his last game.
Oh wow.
But I feel like there's a lot that hasn't come out about that dynasty, that quick dynasty that was in Boston, even though they won in 08.
Right.
There's a lot of bad blood between people. Like Rondo, Ray Allen.
Yes.
Some of them talk badly about Doc Rivers.
They don't even speak to Ray Allen.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because they're mad, if you can't beat them, join them.
Right. The only other rift between like former teammates and friends that's kind of like worse than that is that one between like the Fab Five.
Yeah.
Like Chris Webber and like Jalen Rose, like them dudes just not speaking to me. It's just like
bad. It's bad. It's a bad look.
It is.
Y'all grown men.
Yes. And I don't even know what the root of the problem is.
I could somewhat understand Ray Allen because, like I said, if you can't beat him, join him. They're angry because he was the first one to leave out of that group to say, I'm going to join the Heat. Yes. But at the same time, they have to look at it from his perspective and say, all right, he's getting up there in age.
Yes.
So we don't know how many more years he has.
Right.
Let him do his thing. Like we weren't winning. We won in 08. Yeah. And that was that.
Right. Get your money.
Yeah, go get your money.
And get another ring.
Yeah, another ring.
With the king.
Yep. Why not?
And he was the man. And listen, Ray Allen don't hit that shot, we don't know what happens.
Oh, yeah. LeBron has 2 rings. Right? He doesn't hit that shot for sure because that was it.
Yes,
that was their last hope.
It sure was. It sure was.
Might have been the best shot I've ever seen live.
Yeah, and wow.
Yeah.
So the rift between Chris Webber and Jalen Rose, I really don't know what it's about. I mean, I don't know whether it was, maybe Chris Webber not wanting to participate in the documentary or, I don't know. I don't know if it has something to do with Michigan. Mm-hmm. I really don't know. But the 2 of those guys just not speaking just doesn't sit right. It's like y'all was a Fab Five. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, a lot of unanswered questions in the league. Yes. I mean, also when you think about when Chris Paul and Rondo went at it earlier this year when they had their brawl, right, uh-huh. And then Glenn Big Baby Davis came out of nowhere and said, "Oh, I've been teammates with both of them." Chris Paul is a horrible teammate.
I heard that.
I was just like, whoa. Like, I mean, we all know he's hard on his teammates because, some of them don't play defense, take it seriously. But to hear, like, oh, yeah, I've been, from somebody who has a valid point, I've been teammates with both of them, and be like, he sucks as a teammate. It's like, all right, what is this dude doing? He's kind of a diva. Yeah, I can see that, but no, I can't see that he's a diva. He just demands the best out of someone, but not everybody wants to give their best.
I heard he was a diva, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, I look at Antonio Brown as a diva. To me, that's what I view as a diva.
Well, you got the divas in the NBA too, bro.
Yeah, but I think that's a different. Like Antonio Brown's in a league of his own in terms of like diva.
Well, a lot of the wide receivers are divas.
Yeah, that's a diva position. I know.
Right.
But I don't see him and Chris Paul in the same conversation.
No. It's 2 different sports. It's wide receivers are special.
Yeah.
But so are point guards.
Yeah, I can see that. Because that's like how Roethlisberger is. Yeah. Like, that's why it's imploding in Pittsburgh right now because, certain rules aren't applicable to him that are applicable to everybody else. That's why Bell wanted out. That's why Brown wanted out. Once out.
Yeah. I don't know. Speaking of divas, you see what's going on in L.A., with the Lakers?
Oh, bad look.
Not that I'm calling LeBron James a diva, but it's kind of a similar subject because the comments that Kevin Durant made in regards to LeBron James.
Toxic environment?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Saying that, there's a toxic environment wherever he goes. I didn't like those comments.
Me either. Right. It was a personal shot, I think.
And LeBron James is catching a lot of slack right now for what's going on in L.A. Mm-hmm. Them kind of falling apart after his injury. Mm-hmm. And not just after his injury, but once the trade deadline passed and the Lakers could not complete the deal to bring in Anthony Davis, the Pelicans actually making every offer that the Lakers made for Anthony Davis public.
I wish that wasn't public. Like, that was such a bad look. Like, they offered everybody. They probably even offered the water boy.
Right.
Like, just to get Anthony Davis. And, like, if you're a young dude that's never been through this, I can understand their frustration. Like, all right, they just were that quick ready to trade me.
Yeah.
And it was, like, half the team.
But what I'm trying to figure out is why did... All right, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty.
I like that. I like that tune, though.
It's all good. I didn't know where to start, Yeah, why did every trade offer get leaked by the Pelicans?
Magic Johnson said it's been like that for a while. That it wasn't just the Pelicans. He said trade offers often get leaked. Like that's how it works.
Okay, but more than one time?
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like every time they came back to the table with another offer, like it was getting leaked.
Yeah.
So now here you have it. Your young guys see that they're basically trade bait, and Magic and Rob Pelinka is like, listen, whatever you want except LeBron, you could basically have.
Yeah.
And now these guys have come back, post trade deadline, and they're like, we don't really want to play for you.
No, yeah.
Like,
you forget that they were the 4th seed at one point.
Absolutely. And a lot of them, they have expiring contracts at the end of the year. They know they're not going to be there next season.
Yeah, Rondo, Chandler, McGee.
Right. So why are they going to, try to go? I mean, I understand it's a contract year. In a contract year, you want to kind of, put it all out there so you can get a good contract, for the, going forward. But they're kind of in a situation where they're like, screw this.
Yeah. But I mean, LeBron, Ingram, Kuzma, they've been balling.
Right.
It's everybody else.
Yeah. I just don't understand why LeBron is getting so much slack, because LeBron doesn't make the phone calls. A lot of people look at this like, well, he signed to Clutch. Anthony Davis signed to Clutch, so this is his doing. But no, Magic and Rob Pelinka, they still have to make the phone calls. They still have to pull off these trades. Now I kind of felt like Magic Johnson and his general manager kind of felt like the Pelicans was just going to bend over backwards and like, okay, here, we'll take whatever you want, because you're Magic Johnson. And it does not work that way. It does not work that way. They actually got played.
They did.
They got played. Because now look what it's done to their franchise.
It's really messed it up. Like, they really might not make the playoffs now. They lost to the Pelicans. They lost to the Grizzlies.
Right. They lost to the Pelicans without Anthony Davis.
Yeah, without AD. But I can see why LeBron is taking the slack. Now, I'm one of the biggest LeBron fans, so like it's very rare that I'm like, all right, yeah, LeBron's definitely wrong for this.
Right.
But I can see why in the situation, because we all know, and every time like LeBron's had free agency, he makes moves where he goes places. I saw an interesting opinion on, I think it was First Take today, where it's like he likes to be known as like a partnership. He doesn't want to just be a player on a franchise.
Okay.
Like he likes to make all moves. Anytime any kind of free agency move, it's like you see all the memes. Oh, LeBron's gonna trade you though, like stuff like that, right? So when you take that into consideration,
but do you really think that he gets that kind of?
He has that influence. He may not get to say
with the Lakers. You think?
In Cleveland, I think that unique scenario, they would go to him and double check to make sure things would fly with him, because it's like they were just happy to have him back.
Okay.
After he didn't have to.
Okay.
Even though he wanted to win the championship, he didn't have to based off of that letter. You know, like I wouldn't have went back.
Okay.
But so I can see why in this situation he gets slack, because like they showed, I saw a lot of clips today, and there's a lot of plays where he takes off on defense. So that's one thing. And then when he was out during his injury, you kept seeing like before the game was up, it would be him, Magic, and Rob Pelinka up in like the stands.
Yeah.
Like together, like on the entrance hallway, whatever. So that's another thing that make you look at him as like, okay, he's with the management. He's not just one of the players.
Right.
And it's just in this situation where I think also they caught him like liking one of the posts on Instagram that said like AD to the Lakers and stuff like that.
Okay.
And on nowadays like they know everything you like. So all those things put together, the players feel like, okay, it's the management and LeBron versus us. And they were all three of them were ready to get rid of us. So I can see why they're taking it personal. And like I said, you got to take into account the fact that they're young guys. They haven't been through this before. So they don't know how to be professional about it,
I feel you. I think one of the unfortunate situations about this is the fact that he has 3 more years on this contract.
That's very unfortunate.
Because if I was him, I'd retire after maybe like next year.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, why go through this?
No. Why not?
Any place he goes now, it's just going to be a situation whereas it is, I don't want to use the word toxic, but it's just so much pressure on the players around him, to have to, perform or to worry about if they're good enough or to have to adapt to his style of play. Mm-hmm. It's just unfortunate, and he's ready to move up to the owner's suite, man.
But I think with the expectations, that's something we knew from the jump, from July 4th or 7th, whatever it was this year when he said he was going to the Lakers. Anytime he goes somewhere, you already know, okay, I have to adjust my style of play because the best player in the game right now is coming to play with me, and we know he's a pass first player. Right. So I have to be ready to shoot and do multiple different things to be a threat. Right. And he's going to demand that we play defense because, like, that's what he demands. That's what he did when he went back to Cleveland. Yes. He learned what he learned in Miami and brought that back to Cleveland, and it brought the best out of people. Absolutely. To me, if you're not ready for that, just like he said, even though people like getting their feelings about it, if you're not ready for that, then this is especially LA, this is the wrong franchise, the wrong market for you. Nobody wants to hear your excuses. Like, that's true. It's just a bad look. Like, you should want to elevate your play. Let me tell you, let me ask you one thing. Kuzma got there last year, so that was after Kobe was gone. And Ingram, I think Ingram got there Kobe's last year, right? Yeah. So my question about that is, who do you think brought more out of their teammates, Kobe or LeBron?
I think LeBron did.
Thank you. That's to me enough of a reason to just want to elevate your play.
I think that they were actually more comfortable playing with LeBron than they were playing with Kobe. Mm-hmm. I think that this trade deadline situation just really just like took the air out of their sail.
Yep.
It's unfortunate because, they are professionals. You're professional basketball players at this point.
Yeah.
Once you cash the check, that's it. Mm-hmm. You're a professional basketball player. And this is the business of professional basketball. But it's just unfortunate that, the way things went down. This is the Jerry Bishop's live show on Jersey Fresh TV. We're here at Bravery Studios in Clifton, New Jersey. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
There's no pressure at all. I've been getting pressure since I was 10 years old. I'm doing something that I love to do. That's play the game of basketball. Y'all like to watch me play basketball. It hasn't kicked in yet to what I'm getting myself into.
There's a train coming. There's your first change.
I'm not going to guarantee no championship. I'll tell you that.
Back-to-back titles for 52 years.
I just hope that they accept me for who I am as a basketball player, and especially as a person. I know how to be a leader. It's just a long-term. I always tell y'all that this was one of the long-term dreams I always had. That's just playing in the NBA.
From St. Vincent St. Mary's High School, LeBron James.
So first, just kind of real big picture. Your off season's so short. Why did you choose to dedicate your time to doing this tour?
15 seconds. Guidance is internal.
Never let someone put you in a box and tell you this is what you should do. This is only what you should do. Basketball is a huge thing of mine, but I think my responsibility is so much bigger than that. Who knows who's the next great leader and where they are. My job is to inspire the youth for when they have those dreams, they believe that they can make those dreams become true. I think it's my responsibility to be more than that.
The perfect service motion you have. Right there. Good. Switch to the backhand. Lean into it. Just follow through. Take the net.
In order to become great at something or to be very exceptionally well at something, you have to work towards it, you have to practice a lot. So you can't get, like mentally shut down if you're not as good as you would think you should be at this point. You got to continue to push through it and continue to get better.
就是对于广大球迷来说的话，其实他就是一个真正的领袖人物。
希望大家可以从我们的短片中看到篮球女孩她们付出的努力和她们得到的快乐。
It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman in the game of basketball. If people are seeing that they're true to the game and they're giving their all to the game, then there's a realness about that. People will definitely do that.
怎么说呢？就是他跟我父母和篮球一样重要，就是缺一不可，就真的是这样。就是因为我可以把我的父母纹在手腕上，也可以把詹姆斯纹在肩膀上。My mom passed away when I was young.
Inspiriert mich, weil
So my dad had to raise my sister and I
schon immer wollte. Erfüllt seinen eigenen Traum und das.
He was a great player. He even tried out for Boston once.
You can look around right here, and it's all different shapes and sizes, all different age groups. It don't matter what your race is, it don't matter where you're from. The game of basketball brings everybody together.
He's the reason I wear number 11. I want to be the reason no one else will.
If you work hard at your craft and you dedicate it to your craft every single day.
Okay.
Then at night when you go home, you'll be able to
Jerry Bishop's live
beautifully because you know
TV here at Bravery Studios. We were just having a little conversation here about LeBron James, and Face Brown had chimed in, just basically saying like, listen,
should stay in Cleveland.
Well, not that he should have stayed in Cleveland, right? But
Why?
the Lakers was not the best choice for him if the intent was to try to get more championships. Do we all agree on that?
It's fair.
He could have went to Philly.
Mm-hmm.
He could have went to Boston.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He could have gone to...
But I don't think... They hadn't like necessarily squashed their beef yet with him and Kyrie. So I can see why he won't go to Boston. Like, dude just made a big fuss just to leave you. Why would you go to where he went?
Right.
You know?
Right. That's true. That's true.
On the court, it would have made sense, but...
Right.
You know?
He could have gone to Houston.
Yeah, I was really hoping for that. Or a team no one's talking about was OKC.
Okay.
I think that would have been a great... He would have had to take less money, but if you want to win championships, you know? That would have been a great fit.
I don't think... a great fit, you think?
Because you saw how he played with Westbrook in the All-Star game last year? Like, Westbrook is another player that will adjust his game to you.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I mean, I don't know, but...
And if Paul George stayed?
Houston would have been a better fit.
It would have been a great fit. I'm not lying, but like... But they said he would have had to take significantly less money. And I don't know if he's willing to do that. Not that he isn't already making enough from Nike anyway.
Right.
And other endorsements.
Right.
But they said it would have been like ridiculously low.
I just don't feel that, just looking at the whole situation, that the LA Laker team was the best fit for him. I really feel like the business side of things, in regards to him just wanting to be in movie production and wanting to do television shows and this, that was really the draw to LA. It wasn't a basketball decision at all, because if that was the basketball decision, it was a horrible decision.
No, yeah. And there was an analyst that said, like, no, I think it was Charles Barkley actually. He was like, they said midseason or so, he made up his mind. It was just a matter of them not screwing it up. That's what it came down to.
Okay.
They think early on he knew, even though he always says, I don't pay attention to the free agency until the offseason. They think he knew, and he just said that they basically just had to make sure they didn't screw it up.
Okay.
He was going there.
Right.
Because like you said, for non-basketball reasons.
Right.
I could see that. I could very much see that.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Because there's no way you go there and not know it's going to take a minute to be, like, relevant in the West.
Right. I don't know. I mean, like I said off the air, I wish he didn't have 4 years. I wish he had not signed a 4-year contract. I mean, you don't want to see him go to another team, but I wish he would just have signed a 1 or 2 year contract.
That's what he was doing in Cleveland.
And just hang it up.
Yeah.
No,
I don't want him to hang it up yet.
You don't want him to hang it up yet?
Not even just to play with his son. I just think he has more left in the tank. I'm not saying I want to see him go out limping like Kobe did.
Right.
But I don't think he's necessarily done.
Well, I don't think he's done either, but I just really feel like he just wants to be in the luxury box so bad. He wants to be in the owner's box so bad. I don't know if it's a situation where he needs the money to, he wants to just make as much money as he can on an NBA salary to get to the point where he can buy an NBA franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I don't think that he's going to win a ring in LA.
It all comes down to what they do. In free agency, I think that's a big part of it. Like, I think if I had to guess, I don't want to take Kyrie off the table because, like, they're really cool now. I think there's some validity to that whole backstory.
Right.
Of, we already know Kyrie, like, yes, he mentioned the Knicks is one of the teams when he was still in the Cavs he would go to. I wouldn't, write him off of coming to LA. I think for a point guard, it's either going to be Kyrie or Kemba. That'll come this offseason.
Okay.
And I don't think KD wants to play with him. I don't think Kawhi wants to play with him. Kawhi's going to go to the Clippers probably. So if anybody else, I would just say, just between those two. I don't think anybody else would come.
It's the Los Angeles Lakers.
This summer.
No.
And unless they offer Clay the biggest bag he's ever seen.
Now, that I could see happening.
Yeah.
Just because the connection between him and
his dad.
Showtime,
yeah.
him wanting to stay on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. He already said, like, I'll test free agency if they don't offer me a max.
Right.
Who knows what the worst. They probably won't offer him a max until they know whether or not KD's going to stay or DeMarcus wants to stay. They're not going to offer him a max off the jump, I don't think, because they realize they'd rather have KD than have him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think they're going to offer Booby a contract as well.
Boogie,
yeah.
I can see that, yeah. He's been playing great.
Right.
He's back to, like, he's been playing kind of dirty, if no one's been talking about that.
Right.
But yeah, he was even caught on mic saying some expletives to Zubac when he was still in the Lakers. Some real, like, bullyish comments. Like, that's who he is.
Yeah.
So he's been getting away with it. But last night they called a really bad call. I don't know if you saw it. They were playing the Hornets and somebody's shoe fell off. He threw it to the side. So he said after the game, he was like, so I guess they want me to step on it and re-injure my Achilles or somebody slip and twist their ankle or something. Like, I don't know. I literally just did that for safety.
Right.
And they gave me a technical. But you can see the refs just like baiting him.
I think that he's the type of player that they're going to need down the stretch.
Yeah.
Because Draymond Green, he's a target for the referees.
Yeah.
So if they can have two guys doing the dirty work, maybe
he's the clutch now, by the way.
Right. Maybe the referees, won't be calling the stuff on Draymond so much because they got to watch this other guy too.
Yeah.
By the way, anybody out there that's watching us live, if you want to call in and comment, the number is 862-621-9536. That's the number to call into the Jerry Bishop's live show here on Jersey Fresh TV. We are live from Bravery Studios. 862-621-9536. So,
and also it's interesting if you think about it. Like, throughout the whole Warriors dynasty, they've never had an all-star center.
No.
They've had McGee. They've had Zaza Pachulia.
Uh-huh.
They've had, at times, even in the finals, they played James McAdoo. He's, like, in the G League now.
Right.
He technically has, like, 1 or 2 rings, but most people did, like, when they just heard me say his name, didn't know who he was.
This was an impressive run for them. Even with the personnel that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they were able to gel and make this happen was very impressive, but I don't see it extended beyond this season.
No. And for basketball, I hope it doesn't. Like, I don't even think DeMarcus should have been allowed to go there. Like, with the whole veto thing with Chris Paul not being able to go to the Lakers.
Right.
This should have been vetoed. Like, literally from 1 to 5 is All-Stars.
Right.
It's the All-Star team, but it's for 82 games in the season. Like, even though Cousins didn't get back till January.
Right.
It was an All-Star team. Yes, like, on paper.
Yeah.
So that should not have been allowed, but that's just, I'm not an NBA exec.
Yeah.
That's why that was happening.
But I still do think that Houston is going to give them a run for their money.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Right.
Because their pickups have been low key, like, really good.
Yes.
Like, I didn't think they were going to play Austin Rivers that much. He's been a big part of it.
He absolutely has.
Kenneth Faried is rejuvenated there.
Yes.
And they picked up somebody else recently too, didn't they?
Oh
no, that's the Raptors that have been doing that. They picked up Meeks and they picked up Lynn. They picked up somebody. Oh, Kanan. Yeah, both of those teams have been making a lot of pushes. But Houston, I'm still upset about last year. Like, when Chris Paul went down, and then they were that close to go.
They were.
They were 3-30 in their last threes. They missed 27 threes straight.
Yes.
And I know that's what happens when you live and die by the three. But to me, you have to be more versatile.
But Harden played horrible that last game too.
That's what he does in the playoffs. Sadly, that's why when they're like, he averaged 44 points in January, I'm like, just wait.
He played horrible that last game.
He did. But and also this year I've seen on 2 occasions, I can't remember the teams they were playing, but on 2 occasions for sure, where they were down 1 and were going down like the last 30 seconds. He took a 3. And I'm just like, you don't have to do that. You're down 1. Why are you shooting a 3?
Right.
As easy as he gets to the line, why are you shooting a 3?
Right.
Like, you just gave that game away. That's because they live and die by the 3.
Yes, they certainly do.
But I guess because D'Antoni's coach, they let that fly.
So what's up with your Brooklyn Nets? Let's give the Brooklyn Nets some shine right now.
My Brooklyn Nets are looking wonderful. Last I checked, we were in the 6th seed.
Let's give the Brooklyn Nets some shine right now. Now, I to be honest, I'm a diehard Knicks fan.
Yeah.
And truly and honestly in my heart believe that the Knicks are the only professional basketball team in the state of New York.
Whoa. But one of us is in, in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one's banking for Zion.
Hey, we're tanking, baby. We're tanking. We're tanking.
So, yeah, the Nets are looking good. You know, we're back. We're making slow progress. Just glad to see us back after all the horrible moves Billy King made.
Right.
You know, it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yes.
D'Angelo Russell, he's balling, and you know he's been going off all season, so he's deserved. Even I think he deserves a spot over Oladipo, even if Oladipo was healthy.
Okay.
I think he deserves a spot over him. If you just watch him game to game, he really is truly special to watch. Like,
yes.
He's like elevated his game. He's definitely gonna get most improved player, I would say. If I was one of the media voters, I would definitely put him in there in my vote.
Okay.
And just a lot going on. I'm glad Brook Lopez isn't there anymore because we already saw when Lionel Hollins was coach. You know, he was a defensive liability. And now he's at the point where he just hangs around the three-point line and get like 4 rebounds. I'm sorry. If I'm the coach, I'm not letting it fly that you're 7 feet tall and you get 4 rebounds.
It's a different league.
That's not flying with me. Maybe I'm an old school coach, but I'm not doing that.
It's a different league.
Yeah.
You know, but I will say I was watching the Brooklyn Nets play Charlotte on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
And D'Angelo Russell, he was a handful.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Kemba Walker is a great player, without a doubt. But they could not stop D'Angelo Russell.
No, you can't.
Every shot that he wanted, he basically got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his handle is off the hook, number one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then when you think you're up on him, he creates that space by like just kind of like fading away, and it's like he's a problem.
Yeah, the arc in his shot is like perfect.
Yeah,
it's like a rainbow shot, and then it just swish.
Yeah,
it's perfect. Like he really has a good jump shot, and then now he draws so many doubles that he gets the open man.
Yeah,
he makes a lot now.
And they got a win over the San Antonio Spurs. That was last night, right?
Yep. The Spurs came and took a L to the Knicks and the Nets in 2
nights.
Well,
you know, I was shocked.
I didn't think the Knicks were gonna lose to them because that would have like made their worst franchise home run.
Right, they came to play that night.
No, and I didn't know this either. But no, the Nets had lost 7 straight until last night to the Spurs. But I feel like the last few times, because the Spurs aren't what they used to be, the last few times the Knicks have played the Spurs, it's been either close to the Knicks have won.
True.
So that to me was not surprising that the Knicks beat them.
But I was surprised that Brooklyn beat the Spurs because I just felt like the Spurs were going to bounce back after that loss from the Knicks. You know, and I was like, okay, Pop is going to have these boys ready to play.
Yeah.
But, hey, listen, that's just a testament to the Nets, man. They're a better team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're a better team now.
Building.
And they're well coached.
Very well coached. Kenny Atkinson is a great coach.
Yes.
And he got some good pieces too, because you know when he first got there, it was definitely looking ugly, but he made the best of what he had.
Right.
And we got some good pieces. We got Karis LeVert. Glad he came back this season with his leg injury.
Yes, that was gruesome.
Horrible. Jared Allen, you know the way he's been playing, blocking every big name in the league.
Right.
That's great too.
Right.
You know it's all looking good for us right now.
Yes, it is.
We can definitely attract some free agents that might be thinking
Don't say that.
That might be thinking about the Knicks, and we're like, nah, we want to win a little closer to now.
Listen, we got a nice young core right now.
Oh, I love what you guys got too. Dennis Smith Jr. is playing like he wants to play now.
Absolutely.
DeAndre Jordan, if he stays, that's great for y'all.
We got a nice young core. I like Kevin Knox.
Yeah, Kevin Knox is a beast. It took some time, but he's a beast. I don't think I wish Porzingis was still there.
Oh,
but for what they have, they got a lot.
That was his brother's fault. His brother's an idiot.
He was his brother's puppet.
His brother's an idiot.
But they had to do what was best for them because I think what happened was he came into the meeting with a really bad attitude and basically told them like I'm not going to commit because I don't like what's going on here. So they said, all right, we won't burden you anymore. We're going to move you and get a lot for you. And I think it worked out in their favor. But I still hate to see Porzingis go because like I love the way he played. He's versatile. It was only going to get better, I think.
Me too. But the fact that I think that he wanted a max deal bothered me because there's no way I would have signed him to a max deal.
No,
not on those knees.
To keep losing and have
I
nobody else
sign you to a max deal on my knees. So now with those, surgically repaired knees, no, I know he wanted a max deal.
Yeah,
you know,
and he probably felt as though he was owed that, not just because of the way he played, but because of how Phil Jackson disrespected him.
True.
So I can see where he's coming from, but at the same time, you can't be doing that. You're holding the franchise back.
Right.
If you just want the max money, then they can't pay anybody else. So what? You just trying to make the All-Star team while everybody else is trash?
Right.
That's not working.
No, it's not. No, it's not. We're going to go into a quick break. This is Jerry Bishop's live show here at Bravery Studios on Jersey Fresh TV. When we come back, we will have Face Brown in the chair right here.
Yes.
Right in between us. We'll be right back.
Cool, we rolling?
Let's do it.
So first, just kind of real big picture, your off season is so short. Why did you choose to dedicate your time to doing this tour and going around the world?
Never let someone put you in a box and tell you this is what you should do, and this is only what you should do. Basketball is a huge thing of mine, but I think my responsibility is so much bigger than that. Who knows who's the next great leader and where they are? My job is to inspire the youth for when they have those dreams, they believe that they can make those dreams become true. I think it's my responsibility to be more than an athlete.
Become great at something or to be very exceptionally well at something, you have to work towards and you have to practice a lot. So, you can't get, like mentally shut down if you're not as good as you would think you should be at this point. You got to continue to push through it and continue to get better.
就是对于广大球迷来说的话，其实他就是一个真正的领袖人物。
希望大家可以从我们的短片中看到篮球女孩她们付出的努力和她们得到的快乐。
It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman in the game of basketball. If people are seeing that they're true to the game and they're giving their all to the game, then there's a realness about that, and people definitely can relate.
怎么说呢？就是他跟我父母和篮球一样重要，就是缺一不可，就真的是这样。就是因为我可以把我的父母纹在手腕上，也可以把詹姆斯纹在肩膀上。
Inspiriert mich, weil er das macht, was er schon immer wollte. Er erfüllt seinen eigenen Traum und das.
You can look around right here and it's all different shapes and sizes, all different age groups. Don't matter what your race is and no matter where you're from. The game of basketball brings everybody together. Everybody.
If you work hard at your craft and you dedicate it to your craft every single day, then at night when you go home, you'll be able to sleep beautifully because you know you gave it everything that you had.
Je pense que ça a été LeBron qui vienne, ça a été une motivation. On a joué beaucoup plus fort, beaucoup plus d'intensité. C'était pour moi peut-être un des plus beaux jours de ma vie.
You think I inspire you guys, but y'all inspire me as well to continue to do what I do, so I won't let you guys down. I definitely see myself in a lot of these kids. Their upbringing and people telling them they can't do this or they can't do that. Even if I affect just one kid, I've done my job. Check. Mic check. Well, I got y'all on mine now. Look. Don't get shy now. Don't get shy. Yo, we out here, man. We out here. I kind of live by the mantra, if I'm living my life for me individually, then I failed as a man. So for me to be able to shed that light, to shed that inspiration, to shed that story for people that look up to me for inspiration, I think that's what means more than anything. We want y'all to see y'all new locker rooms that we got for y'all. So, man, come this way.
I've been a fan of him since he was at St. Vincent, since high school. Like, that whole Fab Five group, I loved watching that.
I think he's the best player in the world, so I'll try to be like him.
I stand for anybody that believes in change. I stand for anybody that believes in a positive attitude and a positive matter every day, all day. Love y'all. The places I've been on this tour and the places I've been over the years, you only see in textbooks growing up, and where I grew up, that's the only place you believe you're going to see him in. So for me to be in the position I am today where I can play the game that I love, but also inspire people off the floor, not only to play the game of basketball, but also feel empowered and feel like they can have a voice of reason, a voice of command, a voice of strength and honor, I think that's just my responsibility. Let's keep it going.
All right, we're back. Jerry Bishop's live with Jersey Fresh TV here at Bravery Studios. We got Face Brown at the table. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I finally I've thawed off now, so I can feel the blood. You know, now I'm good. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's pretty chilly out there. And of course, E-Dubs is in the building as well.
Hey,
I want to thank him for coming.
And
you know, we've been discussing a lot of NBA this evening, and we went from LeBron to the Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. What's your thought about who's leading the MVP race right now for you? Face?
Oh, well, for me, it's got to be the Greek Freak. You know?
Okay.
They're in first place now. I don't think a lot of people saw that coming. Boston has been a bit of a disappointment,
right?
Let's just say, with the Kyrie and the world churns, or as Kyrie churns over
right.
there in Boston. So, but Milwaukee, you know, LeBron is no longer in the East.
Yes,
he's over in the West now, and hey, it's open game.
You really think it's open game in terms of most valuable player, or in terms of? Because I don't see them coming out the East.
Well, who you? What, Toronto?
I got Philly.
Philly?
Yeah.
Philly may have some maturity issues. I don't know.
You know? I think as long as they stay healthy, they're going to be all right.
If healthy, I say it's between Philly and Toronto.
Philly and Toronto?
Yeah.
But I think I
don't trust Toronto. Toronto has to prove it to me. I'm one of those see it to believe it guys. And Toronto is just, they always just.
Well,
here's what I think about it.
The only thing they got in their way was LeBron James the past 3-4 years.
Yeah, but it's still Toronto. You know, it's you know.
I think Toronto will have to work the hardest because like their roster compared to the other team, the best teams in the East, with the Philly, with Boston, with Milwaukee. I think they have the hardest. Like they're not working with the best assets right now.
No.
Like they have some talent, but they could easily go cold in the playoffs. Like I can see that. I don't see that with the Bucks because even though Giannis isn't a jump, doesn't have a jump shot.
Right.
You know, he has a lot of shooters around him, and he can penetrate and get to the line easily. And in Boston, they have a lot of they're very deep.
Yes.
And in Philly, they're very deep. So I think Toronto will have to work the hardest to work their way out of the East.
But do you really, really trust Toronto, the Raptors? Really?
To go against the Warriors?
I mean, to make it out of the East. To come out the East. Do you really, with their track record, do you really trust Toronto? Come on.
Well, yeah, because LeBron's not there now. That was the only thing. It was LeBronto before.
But I just I don't feel that even with the addition of Gasol, I don't feel that Toronto has enough
experience
to they just don't have enough firepower to beat Philadelphia.
You don't think they're versatile enough? Their style of play and their roster?
No. I think that Philly is just too strong. Inside and out.
And this is without Ben Simmons having a jump shot.
Inside and out. I mean, J.J. Redick.
Yeah.
He's all the jump shot that you need.
Yeah. And Harris.
You know?
And yeah.
But
need Butler to step it up.
And even Embiid can step out and hit,
Butler's
the three.
They need Butler to step up.
Butler's going to be a huge X factor in this because he brings the intangibles. He has to experience. But I tell you what, Ben Simmons did not have a good postseason last year.
No.
So I think he's got a lot of pressure on him. I think the whole world, the whole NBA is going to be watching him to see if he can transfer his game in the postseason.
Yeah.
Okay, so, the book on him is just, hey, just stop him from going to the hoop. Just block him. All you got to do is stay in front of him. If you stay in front of him, that's it.
But the great thing about that is this. Jimmy Butler doesn't need to score. He's a great defender. If he's the stopper, if you get past Jimmy somehow, some way, you still got Embiid back there.
So the bulk of their scoring is Redick, Embiid, and Harris.
Yeah.
And that's enough. You think that's enough?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Simmons is still going to give you some. He's still going to give you some scoring. It's not going to be from the outside.
No, yeah.
But he's going to kill you going to the paint. He's going to kill you inside. I just think they're going to be very hard to beat in the playoffs. I mean, if Boston is completely healthy and they're playing like the Boston Celtics that we know, they could make it difficult for Philadelphia because they're such a well-coached team.
Yeah.
But in terms of talent, in terms of the roster, in terms of firepower, I'm looking at Philly.
Well,
I'm looking at Philly.
Well, Boston, this is where Kyrie has to put the money where his mouth is, because this is why he left LeBron in Cleveland to go to Boston, because Boston was the easiest route for him to win. So now, last year those kids are saying, you know what, we were one game away from the NBA Finals, and you weren't here.
Yeah.
Right.
So now you come in this year and you
got to be that closer.
Yeah, you writing a love note to LeBron, telling him, "Oh man, yeah, I know what you mean, bro. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, boo. You know what I mean? Boo, I'm sorry, boo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was straight disrespect to that locker room.
Yeah.
So he's,
But I don't think he went necessarily to go to a winner, because remember what his list said. His list was the Phoenix Suns, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Knicks, and there was another team too. I forget which one it was. So I think he just badly wanted to get out of Cleveland as opposed to going to a necessary winner. He was fine working his way up. I think he just wanted to get out of Cleveland because he was like, I'm tired of being LeBron's shadow, tired of being Robin the Batman. Which is a shame, because if I'm on the team with the best player in the world, I'll be Robin. That's cool with me. I'm gonna be in the finals every year and have a really legit chance at winning too. I'm cool with that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, these guys all have egos. All these players, it's just their ego.
Yeah.
It's the ego. So,
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting because, like I said, I'm going with Philly coming out the East. I would love to see Houston come out the West.
Oh, I love it. I would love it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if any other team, if you had to pick a team besides Golden State, I mean, who would it be? I mean,
any L the Warriors take, I'm happy. I'm a Warriors hater. So if the Rockets make it out of the West,
it's interesting.
ready.
It's interesting. The Rockets have played Golden State very well this year.
Yep. Yes, they're not scared.
Practically own them. Yeah, they practically own them. But when the playoffs come around, that style, like Kobe said, that style of basketball does not work.
No, yeah.
Well, what did they do last year?
Adjustments.
Yeah, but to me, they have to be more versatile.
Has to make adjustments.
They have to be more versatile, because if they do the same thing, living and dying by the three, they're not going to beat the Warriors in the playoffs. Okay. They're not beating them 4 out of 7 times.
I get it.
But yeah, like you said, like Kobe said, that style of play where you have one man playing 40+ minutes, dropping 40 or 50. You can't do that in the playoffs because they're going to lock you up.
Chris Paul, I understand your injury is an injury, but man, you can't be pulling a hamstring. You can't be. Come on.
But that happens every year.
At the end, in the last few minutes, what was it? Game 6.
Game 5.
Game 5.
Yeah.
While you shimmying in front of Curry.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna.
But that happens to Chris Paul every single year. He has one major injury that sidelines him. He can't stay healthy. Same thing with Kyrie. Like wherever he goes, he can't put a whole month together of playing.
But see, that's the part of being great that people don't understand with Michael, with LeBron. Part of greatness is also being on the court. Yep. It's durability. It's not just how much you score when you're playing or how good you make your team. You have to be on the court, and that's why LeBron James is such a specimen.
Yep.
The GOAT.
And he came out like a year ago. He's on average, he annually spends like over $1 million in the maintenance of his body. Yeah. Because it's necessary.
Yeah. You see, I said the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
LeBron James.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Here's what I have to say about the whole GOAT conversation. I agree that LeBron is, because he's well rounded.
Right.
Yes, Jordan, he's 6 finals, 6-0, 6 MVPs.
Right.
He'll score on anybody in any way and defend. But LeBron does it all: points, rebounds, assists. He'll get steals and blocks sometimes if he's invested in it. especially more so in the playoffs. But I also understand the argument that Dwayne Wade and Kevin Garnett said in their sit-down conversation that aired 2 weeks ago that says there's GOATs of eras. The 90s was MJ, the 2000s was Kobe, and the 2010s was LeBron. And I can see that's a fair argument as well.
Kobe and TDs. Tim Duncan's.
Yeah, of course. People always sleep on Tim Duncan.
Always.
He has 5 rings as well.
Always sleep on Tim Duncan.
Yeah. His style of play is different. I mean, he's a 4.
he's a quiet aside. He's the Hank Aaron.
Yep.
Of
the greatest
NBA,
power forward.
Yeah.
You know,
ever?
He's very quiet.
Him and Kawhi are one and the same. Like that's why I think that worked their last championship they won in 2014.
Yes.
Right.
You know?
So we're going to switch up subjects just a little bit. Once again, this is Jerry Bishop's live show on Jersey First TV at Bravery Studios. We're going to have a short conversation in regards to Zion Williamson. What's your thoughts? Should he stay on the bench for the rest of the season, or should he strap him up again?
Personally, it's just me.
If it was
I
you.
would have no respect for him as a teammate, as a man, if he stayed on the bench and did not participate for the rest of the season. That's just me as a teammate.
Right.
You know, I understand, you know, I mean, he's going to get paid. The hype is here, you know, on ESPN and Fox. But, no, I think he should play because first thing, and we said this during break, I think he's going to be a very good NBA player, but he's not going to be a number one. You know, people are comparing him to Michael Jordan. I've heard people say that, well, he's the greatest college player since Michael Jordan. First of all, Michael Jordan wasn't the greatest college player.
Yeah,
you
right.
Got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you know,
That's
you even got, you know, Luke Walton. You've got a lot of great players. Michael Jordan is not the greatest college player.
No, by far he wasn't.
But, you know.
Patrick Ewing was the greatest.
He does not shoot. He cannot create his own shot. He does not shoot the three. He doesn't even shoot mid-range shot. So what he is going to do when he gets to the NBA, he's going to be the guy that's going to play defense. He's going to power rebound. He's going to put it back up. He's going to dunk it. But when you have to guard a three that's outside on the perimeter, they're going to eat him alive. He doesn't have the lateral speed to guard a three.
But he has room for growth.
And for a 4, he's only 6'7". So against someone like Kevin Garnett or a power forward that's like 6'8", or you've got some 4s and 5s out there.
I'm glad he doesn't have to.
7 feet, 7 foot.
Garnett.
You know, so at 6'7", you know that's going to be a problem.
But he has room for growth because remember Blake Griffin came into the league just a dunker and he's improved. He does a lot now.
Yes.
You know, I think he has room for growth and he could do the same thing. I think he's a guy that cares about his game improving. He's not just like gonna just be like, all right, I'm not doing this is what I do. And y'all gonna like it. Y'all gonna take it. No, I think he's gonna improve.
He's like 6'7", like 285.
That's another thing. He's 285 pounds.
He's
and
muscle.
They have got to watch his weight.
He's a solid 285.
Right.
I just feel like he doesn't have much lift on his jump shot either. You know, he gets like this high off the floor, but we know he can jump because he can jump through the ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, when he's dunking, but
I mean, he plays hard, just like Okafor. Remember Okafor? Everybody, oh yeah, Okafor's gonna come in and dominate. And I said, well,
Jahlil
hold
Okafor?
on. Yes, Okafor. And I said, no. You know why? Well, he's lazy. It's his effort. It was his effort. He doesn't play defense, and he was just lazy.
But Zion's not lazy.
No, Zion's not lazy. He plays hard.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He plays hard.
Every play.
But he doesn't have the skill set of Okafor. So, you know,
he kind of reminds me. He reminds me a little bit of like a young Larry Johnson. Remember when Larry Johnson was at UNLV? I don't think his jump shot is as good as Larry Johnson's was. Larry Johnson you saw him shoot the jump shot at UNLV. Not consistently, but he became more of a jump shooter later in his career in the NBA. But I just think physically, in terms of what he's able to do on the floor, I think I can compare him to Larry Johnson. I hear some people say Charles Barkley. I don't think he's at that point yet.
No.
You know, maybe the player that Charles Barkley was, in college, but the jury's still out for me in regards to him being the number one player because I really like that RJ Barrett kid.
Yeah,
I like his. I think his game is NBA ready.
And the kid at Murray State.
Yes.
Him too.
Absolutely. I just really feel like their games are NBA ready. Zion is a force to be reckoned with, no doubt. But I just think with the wrong franchise, it could go haywire. Yeah.
So do you think if the Knicks have the #1 pick, you think the Knicks should take him?
Barrett or William or Zion?
Zion, yes. Do you?
I think so.
I would take it and I would trade him.
I think it'd be a huge mistake.
I would trade.
I like Barrett. Like you said, I like Barrett.
Barrett,
I like
trade the #1 overall for AD.
Absolutely.
Remember, he only has one more season left. I mean, he said he would commit to New York.
Yes, that's it.
But to me, that's just words.
Nah, he would commit. He would commit.
I hope so. If you make a move like that, he also is injury prone.
I just feel like, you take what you can get today, as opposed to what you think you might get down the road. I mean, Anthony Davis is a proven stud. He's a superstar.
But if he grew frustrated in New Orleans, why wouldn't he grow frustrated in New York if he's not winning?
Well, the thing about it is, it's not going to be just him.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. We're gonna, whether we get KD or not, we're gonna get another max player.
That's a terrible situation down there with the Pelicans, and they lost by 1 point. Right, and he's on the bench.
We're gonna get another max player. So I mean, back to Zion again. I feel like it's a hard call, because the money is waiting for him. But we saw he was a fraction of a step away from just like ruining it.
Yeah.
When he went down, it's like everything stopped.
Yeah. 36 seconds or whatever into the game.
Right. So do you risk that?
I personally think he should still play.
Right.
Because he has said, he's gone on record saying he wants to win an NCAA championship. So if that's his personal goal, go ahead, do it. I think what he's already done, thanks to YouTube, social media, and all that, and the spotlight on his stats this year at Duke, I think he's already built up his resume enough that any team that's going to be fortunate enough to get that overall pick is going to pick him regardless, even if he has a year-ending, season-ending injury. I think they're still going to pick him. They're going to be patient with this kid. And that's just the worst of the worst scenario. Like, if he injures himself like that.
Right.
I know. I know he's protecting his money. He's protecting his future. This is what he's worked hard for. But it just looks bad. Now remember Clowney, when he in the NFL, that's a little different because that's football. It's a little bit more physical. I didn't like that either, but I respected it because of football. Just one hit, and that's it.
Hey, well, look, this situation was one. Hey, nobody touched him.
Yeah.
It wasn't a foul
because he doesn't.
A lot of players
can't dribble. Every time he tries to dribble him forward the ball,
and a lot of players wear Paul George sneakers, so it's not the sneakers. It just happens.
But that guy is 6'7", almost 300 pounds. Like you need a special shoe.
Yeah, definitely. It's like Shaq was a 22E. He needs a special shoe.
Yeah. Well, listen, I wish him the best. I think that if he's not a #1 pick, he's definitely going to be a #2 pick. It depends on who gets that #1 pick. Me personally, I mean, it's such a tough call because that Barrett kid, to me, he's a complete. He reminds me of like a Penny Hardaway.
Exactly.
He reminds me of like Penny Hardaway. And why? Like it would be so hard to pass that up. Because Zion is so raw. He's so raw, and he needs to be coached. Whereas this RJ Barrett kid, he could be like an extension of the coach. On the floor. So
any team that picks Barrett is gonna be a team that needs an all-around player. Any team that picks Zion is gonna be a team that needs a big specifically.
Right.
I think teams are more ready to build around Zion. If any more than Barrett, Zion, because like they just desperately need someone, and they see all the spotlight he's getting, the way the way he plays. It's exciting. Some big market may go for that because they know that's gonna sell. But I think either way he's gonna do well, whether he sits out or he plays. I mean, didn't Kyrie play like 8 games at Duke?
Yeah.
So either way, it could work out for you whether he sits down or he plays.
Right.
Well, I'm thinking Barrett, Knox, and maybe Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, That's not a bad,
Not at all. And DeAndre Jordan.
Young, and they're all babies.
I'm thinking AD. Take that pick and ship it to New Orleans. Take that pick and ship it to New Orleans. Let's get AD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who starts at the 2 now for the Knicks?
It's a good question.
I know it's Dennis Smith Jr. at the 1.
They have Dotson.
Oh yeah,
and
Dotson.
Right.
What's his name?
And Dotson had a great game.
He's been going off since All-Star break.
Right.
Moutier. They have him.
Yeah, he comes off the bench.
He comes off the bench.
Right, because Dennis Smith Jr. took
So
his
Jordan
spot.
at the 5.
Right.
It would be AD at the 4. Maybe KD at the 3. Whoever at the 2, maybe Dotson, and then Dennis Smith Jr. That'd be a solid lineup.
Yeah.
That's definitely playoff bound.
They'd be a power in the East Coast. They'd be a power.
And they still would need role players, but that's definitely a solid start.
And lock James Dolan up and just don't let him do anything.
Who?
Keep him away from
James,
the team.
yeah.
Keep him far away.
Yeah.
Rumor is he wants to sell.
That comes out every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last
I'll
3
believe that.
years, that's came out.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. He's an egomaniac.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Well, look, fellas. I definitely want to thank the both of you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
It was
Thank
awesome. We got to do this again.
For sure.
There's going to be some good games coming up this weekend, I believe. I'll be ready to talk about them again this coming Tuesday. And like I said, you guys are always welcome to come in.
Thank you.
And fill these chairs. This is the Jerry Bishop's live show on Jersey Fresh TV here at Bravery Studios in Clifton, New Jersey. Thank you all for watching. Be safe. And please replace Trump.
Please.
Peace.